journey through the Periyar, the river narrates ever more stories of lands and lives long forgotten. We set foot onto what is now the remains of a rich medieval fort built by the Portuguese during the 16th century in the year 1523. A fort known then as the Cranganore Fort, a fort renowned across the globe and that flourished for over 150 years under the Portuguese. During the 17th century, in the year 1663, the Dutch forces attacked and captured this fort with the assistance of the Palya Tachan, as the Prime Minister of the Cochin Maharaja was then known. The earliest excavation of this fort was during 1909 under the instruction of the Palyam Anujanachan. Recently, during the periods 2007 to 2009 and 2010 to 2013, the Archaeological Department conducted extensive excavations and came upon various articles, clay vessels, and a skeleton dating to a period back to 1540 to 1560, thus predictably of Portuguese origin. The excavations reveal proof of a rich civilization that existed here once upon a time. We walked down the cobbled pathway leading to the Palyam Kottaram at Chennamangalam, a palace for the Palya Tachan that was gifted by the Dutch in reciprocation of the assistance extended to the Dutch forces in capturing the Portuguese fort. The Palyam Nalukettu is an imposing structure which, while being a part of the Palyam Kottaram, stands as an independent regal palace by itself, built exclusively for the queens of the Palyam family and their retinue of lady staff. Both the Palyam Kottaram and the Palyam Nalukettu have now been made into heritage museums. As one walks through the corridors flanked by huge and solid wooden columns, as one climbs up the wide wooden staircases into the several banquet and dance halls and meeting rooms, one is left absolutely awestruck by the seamless blend of the Dutch and Kerala architecture, by the sheer scientific precision of the positioning of the entrances, the doors, the windows, the trellises, and the passages. We retrace our steps back to the boat with whispers of the distant past still ringing in our ears. The Judapalli at Paravur, the Paravur synagogue, is one of the oldest places of worship built by the Malabari Jews who reached Kodungalur for trade centuries ago and settled in and around this area. This synagogue dates as far back as 1164 AD, and one can observe the confluence of the Kerala and Portuguese architecture in its structure. The Paravur synagogue is considered the largest synagogue in the British Commonwealth nations. The peaceful Jewish community here had to face the brunt of the invasions of the Dutch and the Portuguese, as well as the forces of Tipu Sultan. Since 1948, after the formation of Israel, the Paravur Jews began migrating in large numbers to Israel. Hence, soon in a few decades, the synagogue ceased to be a place of worship, since the quorum for a minimum of 10 adults for worship could not be reached. The last worship service conducted here was in 1988. The Paravur Synagogue Complex, now functioning as the Jewish History Museum, remains a significant chapter in the history and advent of the Jews in Kerala. The waters of the Periyar seem to reaffirm the rich and thriving civilization that existed in this entire Muziris belt eons ago.